Hey guys, I'm looking at Matthew chapter 5, and we're reading verse 9. Blessed are the peacemakers. Now this, just to back up for a minute, is what we call the Beatitudes. And this is the Sermon on the Mount. Jesus spoke this on the shore of the Sea of Galilee on a mountain area so that people could hear what he had to say. And he just talked about blessing, and blessed look, I'll highlight them really fast for you. The poor in spirit, those who mourn, the gentle, those who hunger and thirst after righteousness, the merciful, the pure in heart. And it goes into verse 9 and says, blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the sons of God. A peacemaker is somebody that comes in and stills the storm of strife. A peacemaker can be an arbiter that stands between people of opposing viewpoints and works to bring resolve. You know, have you ever heard the phrase, they settled out of court? I read in 1 Corinthians where it talks about it's not good to drag your brother into court. God would prefer that Christians work things out in a resolve in a way that settles it outside of those harsh systems. Those systems have their place. But here he's given a higher kind of a target where you and I are even invited to be potentially instigators of peace rather than catalysts of strife. You know, I've been reading after some of these revolutionary movements and the history, and I was looking at pictures of a guy that around the time my grandfather was a young man, there was one particular guy in a country that just basically tried to overturn everything. And he only lived to be 53 years old. But man, he had such a devastating impact. The philosophy that he embraced and that he espoused carried on for about 70 years, and then it came to an end. And the reason it came to an end was because it was corrupt, and he was trying to overturn a form of corruption, but he was bringing human corruption into improving and bringing change in a society. The ideals, some of them were good, some of them were just ideals, and it ultimately didn't work because humanity generally we've all sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. I believe that there's original sin, and that Adam and Eve, when they failed, it polluted and diseased the whole human experience. And that's why I'm a Christian, because Jesus, when he came specifically for a mission to seek and save that which is lost. You talk about a revolutionary. You talk about a peacemaker. Jesus came to bring peace on earth and goodwill toward men. Jesus came to bring peace between fallen humanity and a holy God. And he did it by suffering and dying on the cross. And then he's commissioned us to be carriers of peace, to bring peace in the storm, to bring help to the hurting, to bring hope to the depressed, to bring substance to those deprived. And there's a call on our lives to really think strategically. And I think the layout of the Beatitudes is really deep. And if you took a stopwatch and you timed how long it takes to read this, it's under a minute. But what a minute. You know, what a powerful message. I mean, it is the concentration and the embodiment of what God is after in his followers. Humility, meekness, kindness, gentleness, patience, the orientation, the proclivity toward peacemaking. Blessed are those peacemakers, for they will be called the sons of God. Peace between brothers, siblings, neighbors, communities, ethnicities, all the issues that we see today. Jesus, the Prince of Peace, wants to settle some things through you and me as we're willing to carry these things into the moments that we encounter. I trust God will help you to be a peacemaker in all your situations as you enjoy the peace that passes understanding that'll guard your heart and your mind in Christ Jesus. God bless you.